Hello everyone and welcome to Tosser Show, and today I wanted to do a little homage to PlayStation Now app on the PC version of the app before it's gone from forever because of the PlayStation Plus Premium. So yes, for those who don't know, PlayStation Now will change into PlayStation Plus Premium and we'll have apparently all the same games or very similar games. So before it's gone, I wanted to go here and look at every single game that they have. We're not going to do it depending on the categories, we're just going to go from A to Z. So like that, you can look at all the games that they had last before they change everything. That being said, one thing to note is that there is a PlayStation 4 app obviously and a PlayStation 5 app. I do have a PlayStation 4 app video that I have available as well, so like that we're doing a little bit of an homage to the PlayStation Now service that's going to go away and become PlayStation Plus Premium. So here we are on the list of all the games from A to Z, and we're going to talk about each of them right now. So there's 100 Feet Robot Golf, which is a game that is like a golf game. I already tested it, did a quick preview of this one. 1111 Memories Retold, same thing, I did a preview of this, it's an adventure game. 8-Bit Armies, which in this case is more like a strategy RTS kind of game that I did a video about as well. About Bastard's Tale, sorry for saying a bad word here, but that's the name of the game, right? And this one is kind of weird, it's a 2D game that is more like an action game that is super duper hard because you need to understand exactly when to attack. A Boy and His Blob, which I also did a video about, which is more like a platformer game where you can change blob. Next is Abzu, which is a beautiful game. I did a video as well on this one. It's also available on a lot of other platforms. I have it on Amazon Luna as well, so if you want to play it streaming, you can play it on Amazon Luna. But knowing what happened with the PlayStation Plus in Asia market, it seems that Abzu will be back. So this one, we can be sure that it's going to be back as far as I'm aware. Then there's Actiart, a game of charades. It's an online game that actually have to be played by multiple people, so it's not very interesting, unfortunately, to play solo. But I did do a quick video on this one as well. Active Soccer 2DX, which is a soccer game, which I did a video as well. Adam's Venture Origins. I wasn't very nice at the beginning when I played this game, saying that it's kind of like a copycat of games like Uncharted and Tomb Raider, which is kind of true, I guess, but it was actually pretty enjoyable at the end, close to the end of my video, so I don't know, maybe I'll try it again if it's still there. You can see that sometimes the PlayStation 4, but there's also PlayStation 3. It seems that the PlayStation 4 items are most likely to stay, whereas the PlayStation 3 we don't know yet. But who knows? Adrift, I also did a game preview of this. This one, I know that it was within the list of the Asian market as well. The version of that came out, the Asian version of PlayStation Plus came out much earlier than anywhere else. And that's why we kind of know some of those games. Adrift was part of it, so it's probably going to be back. Then there's Adventure Time, Pirates of the Enchiridion, which is an adventure game. I did a game preview as well. It is available now on Stadia, on Google Stadia, but you have to pay. It's not yet a pro game or whatever, but it's available now somewhere else. Aegis of Earth, Protonovus Assault. So this one, what I don't... I just didn't understand how to play it, I think, when I did my game preview. It's kind of like a simulation game too, like an action strategy, they're saying here, kind of like RTS-y in a way, real-time strategy. Anywho, Agatha Christie, The ABC Murders. This one, you can find it in nearly everything. So for example, it's available on Black Nut Cloud Gaming, if you want to play it like as a cloud gaming way. And this is a classic adventure game, kind of like point and click-ish adventure game. Then we have Air Conflict Secret Wars with multiple... no, this one is the only one that has just a PlayStation 3 version. It's a flight simulator kind of game. I think it's actually one of the best within all of us, but we're going to talk about the rest. Air Conflict Vietnam Ultimate Edition, which is a PlayStation 4 version. It's a flight simulation game. It's okay. I have a video about it. Not something that I would personally play in my free time, but that's something that you can try. Air Conflict Pacific Carriers, which I also did a game preview. It's an okay game as well, nothing really special, in my opinion. So this one, Air Conflict Vietnam, is a PlayStation 3 version of a Vietnam game. It's better to play the Ultimate Edition when you think about it, right? Alchemy Just is, I don't even know, like I would say it's kind of like a puzzle game in a sort. But it's a cute little game and it's pretty straightforward, and yeah, I did a game preview if you want to know more about it. Alien Rage. So Alien Rage is a FPS, a first-person shooter game. It's not bad. Well, but it's very hard. For somebody that is not an FPS player, I know that it's hard for me. And you know, like there's tons of other better game, I think, unfortunately, so maybe it's better to play Halo or some other games like that. But Alien Rage was available here, the PlayStation 3 version. I think that this game can be found now on Black Nut, if I'm not wrong. Maybe, maybe not. Anyway, it's appearing a little bit more on other cloud gaming service. Alien Spidey, which is kind of like I would say it's a platformer, but not really, because you have to throw some of your net, and then thanks to that you can go fast. It's more like a Sonic style kind of game when you think about it, but with a different mechanism. It was okay. I did a game preview of it as well. Alienation. Alienation is within the list that I think is still on the PlayStation Plus, or at least as far as I'm aware. It's after all a game that was published by Sony, and it's a game from a company that they own. I don't remember the name of that company. But anywho, this game was actually pretty cool. I didn't mind playing it. It's like those top-down shooter game where you can play, you know, a little bit with both of the joystick to actually really control everything up. It has a level up system and stuff like that. The story is not very interesting in my opinion, but I think it has some charm, so try it out and look at my game preview if you want to know more. All Zombies Must Die is kind of like same than Alienation when I think about it. It's very similar, but it's more like a funny game. It's supposed to be funny, and there's lots of zombies, like the zombies hordes, there's so many of them. I did a game preview of this one as well. Next is Alone in the Dark, and that Alone in the Dark is Alone in the Dark Inferno. There's multiple Alone in the Dark, actually, games into this game, I think, as far as I'm aware, or at least that it's an update or something, or whatever. I didn't play it very long, so you don't see much on my game preview, but, you know, it's different from the usual Alone in the Dark. It tries to be like what Resident Evil decided to be with Resident Evil 5 and 6, and I don't know, it's not really my style anymore because of that. Adios, which is actually Amazing Discovery in Outer Space. This one was a little bit of a surprise to me when I played it as a game preview. It's not... I don't even know how to explain it. It's not a simulation, but it kind of is. Basically, you're supposed to make sure that you get out at every single planet that you're on, but because you don't have enough resources, you have to make sure that you pick up some of those resources in order to get out and move. So it has a little bit of puzzle elements, a little bit of simulation elements. Anyway, I like the music in this one. I have a game preview of it. Feel free to watch it. Alright, next is Anarchy Rush Hour. Anarchy Rush Hour is kind of like a racing game, but kind of like using some of the premises that you can see on a lot of games that are more like open world. So it's kind of like a mix and match of those things. Nothing really special to say about it. Watch my game preview to know more. Anna Extended Edition. So this one is interesting. It's kind of like a horror first-person game, kind of like the things that you can see nowadays that was done on a bunch of different platforms like Slender and all those kind of stuff. I have a game preview of it. It doesn't look bad, but sometimes the puzzles are very weird. So because of that, you kind of get stuck into things. But I felt that it has a good style. Like there was some kind of interesting vibe in it. Alright, next is Anodyne, which I also did a game preview about. Anodyne is more like a Zelda Link's Awakening style of game. Like it's pretty much an adventure game. It's cute. It's somewhat funny. You know, it's something that I would play if I have some times off and I wanted to just play it for the fun of it. Next is Anomaly Wars on Earth. I did not do a game preview of it. There used to be also Anomaly 2 that was removed pretty recently. And I don't know much about this game, so I'm just going to skip, unfortunately. Another World 20th Anniversary Edition. I did do a game preview of this one. It's the classic platformer game that was Another World, kind of like action platformer. It's still as hard as it used to be, but with better graphics. And to be honest, what's great about it, it's its atmosphere. It's just so beautiful for a game that was done in 1991, you know. I think it's so cinematic, beautiful, but it's so hard. You have to be very careful about what you do. Alright, next is AO Tennis 2. I did not play it as a game preview, but I actually did try it on Amazon Luna because it's also available on Amazon Luna. It's also available on Black Knuck Cloud Gaming. For those that do a lot of cloud gaming softwares like I do, I'm just saying this so you know. This one is interesting because I don't know. I feel that it's interesting to play, but there's so many things you can do on this game in terms of like playing that it makes it a little bit hard. Like a lot of recent sports game, every sports games that I play, I'm feeling overwhelmed by them. Then we have ABP Reloaded. I unfortunately did not play this one either. I do not know anything about it, so that's what you get. Next is Escape 2, which so far was not part of the PlayStation Plus when I looked at it in the Asian version that is launched. And I don't understand that because I swear they said that Escape 2 was supposed to be part of the PlayStation Classic they would add. They did add Escape 1, but we're not here to discuss that. Escape 2 is a platformer game where you play more with your DualShock. It was supposed to promote like the new joysticks. It's weird the way that you have to play it, but it's fun. It's a fun small game. Well, it's not small. It's a fun game. It's pretty fun. I did a game preview about it. Aquapanic. I never played Aquapanic. I don't know what it is about. It seems to be like a simpler kind of like puzzle game, I assume. Anyway. No Surge, Ode to an Unborn Star. I also did a game preview of this one. I always wanted to play it because it's a Gus game, and there's a lot of Gus games that are available on PlayStation now, and my hope is that they keep them because I really want to play them one of these days. This is kind of like not necessarily a sequel, but it's very related to Art on Helico and Ciel No Surge, which is actually more like a Vita game and a PSP game, so I'm very curious to see if they're actually gonna do it as a classic thanks to that. But anyway, this one is interesting. I think that I needed to understand a little bit more how to use the songs in battles because I didn't use them, which was probably a mistake. The game is looking good. I'm wondering about the story so far because I didn't have the time to learn more when I tried to do the preview because there are so many things to do. Alright, next is Aragami. This one you can find it on nearly every single cloud platform imaginable. I know that it's on Black Knuck. I think it's also on Luna, on Amazon Luna. I even think it's on Stadia. I'm not sure. I need to check that out. Anyway, Aragami, I unfortunately did not play it. But since I had it on a lot of other places, eventually you'll see a game preview from me on this. I don't remember seeing it on the PS Plus collection that was from the first from the Asia market. Arcvilla Twilight of the Spirits. This one I did a game preview as well. It's one Arc Village from PlayStation 2, which is supposed to be on the PlayStation Plus collection from what they were saying before, but not available so far as I can see on the Asian market version, so it's kind of worries me a bit because this game is actually pretty good, and I feel that I would probably play it once I finish Arc Village 2 and 3, and hopefully they're smart enough to have all of them being out on PlayStation Plus, because after all, it is owned by Sony. Those games are owned by Sony, so my hope is that we're going to have 5 of them, because there's also End of Darkness, which is the last one on PlayStation 2, which apparently is pretty bad. But and this Arcvillad R. Arcvillad R is a game that came out on mobile that is about Arcvillad. I need to check it out one of these days. Arcana Hearts 3, I didn't play it. I think it's a fighting game. I think it's available on a lot of places, so I'm gonna try it one over time. Arcana Heart 3, Love Max, same thing. I never played it. Yeah, it's a fighting game. And that's it. Arcania The Complete Tale, unfortunately did not play it either. It seems to be an action game. Maybe one of these days I'll play it if it's still available. Armageddon Riders, did not try that game either. Seems to be a racing game. As Divine Hearts, I didn't try that game either. I think it's an RPG. It's available mostly on mobile, but there's a PlayStation 4 version as well. Assault Suit Lenos, unfortunately did not play it either, but I'm very curious because it's from an old franchise that was very famous at the time. Alright. Next. Assetto Corsa, I know that it's on other platforms, so I can play it somewhere else. It's like a simulation racing game. As far as I'm aware, yeah, sim racing. Asura's Wrath, I did a game preview of it. Probably gonna be out at the time that actually you will see also that video. I'm sure the game preview will be out. This one was promised on PlayStation Plus, so it better be there. It wasn't part of the Asian market version of the PlayStation Plus, so that kind of worries me right now. But Asura's Wrath is amazing. It looks so cool. It's a cool quick time event fighting / action game. More like an action game. Anyway. It's okay, we have to go back because unfortunately it didn't remember where I was in. That app wasn't the greatest. I hope that thanks to PlayStation Plus, they also do an upgrade of the app and they also allow it to be on Mac, because right now you can only have the app on PC, not even on mobile. It's very far away from a bunch of their competitors. Like Amazon Luna have something, Black Nut has something that is not only like on PC. Xbox Game Pass obviously have it too, you know. So it's very surprising to see that they're so late in the game. Hopefully they make it better. Atari Flashback Classics Volume 1. Don't know much. It seems to be a bunch of old games like Combat, Centipede, so it should be pretty fun to play. Atari Flashback Classics Volume 2, didn't play it, but probably very fun to play too. Older games. Atelier Aisha, the Plus Edition. Oh my goodness, I hope they're gonna keep it because it seems fun. It seems like a very fun game, and the music in this is wonderful. There is a game preview that I did of the game. We also have one of the songs of Frurutia in here, which I'm a big fan of Frurutia as a singer, so yeah, it's very exciting. I hope that they keep it, because it's a PlayStation 3 game, and it's actually pretty cool to play. I think that there's a lot of very interesting charm into this game, and that's an RPG. better than Arno's No Search for me, or at least when I played it as a game preview. Atelier Esha and Logi. I need to play this one too. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it before it changed to PlayStation Plus, so my hope is that it stays. Please stay here, stay here, stay here. It's an RPG game. Atelier Rorona Plus, same thing. I didn't have the time to play it, but please stay on PlayStation Plus, please, please, please. It's an RPG from Gust. And last, Atelier Shally, Alchemist of the Dark Sea. Same thing, I hope it's gonna stay. Maybe we're gonna add the new ones too, because there's a lot of Atelier games. Atelier games, there's tons of them. And let's finish with the A with Asken 2, The Wealth Beneath, which I don't know what it is about at all, and I didn't play it, so unfortunately I cannot say much. Alright, let's go to the B. On the B, we have Back to Bed. I didn't play it. It's available on a lot of places. I think it's kind of like a puzzle game, somewhat. You just have to make sure that your character is not falling. Backgammon Blitz. Probably a game of backgammon. Didn't play it. Baja Edge of Control HD. Did not play it. Seems to be a racing game. Bang Bang Racing, did not play it. Seems to be some kind of racing game, but for younger kids. I think it's available on Black Nut Cloud Gaming if you want to play it there. Bard's Gold, didn't play it either. Don't know what it is about. It looks more like those kind of games that used to be like older games where you just have to pick up a bunch of stuff and make sure that you don't get touched by enemies. Baseball Riot, seems to be a puzzle game. I don't know much about it. Batman Arkham City. I wanted to do this one, but no, I did not have the time. Hopefully they skip it. I don't remember if it was part of things. Maybe it was. I'm not sure. Batman Arkham Origins. Action game. Kind of like more like even somewhat a little bit open world. Well, same thing for Arkham City, somewhat a little bit open world. Batman Arkham Asylum, which is the original game, the first one that came out, which is in the Asylum. I really want to play it one of these days, but I did not play it yet. Battalion Commander, I don't know anything about it. It seems to be an arcade game, a military arcade game, whatever that means. Battle Chasers Night War, I don't know much about it, but it seems to be an RPG. Battle Fantasia, which is a fighting game. I don't know much, unfortunately, about the game apart from that. Battle of Tiles X. Apparently it's a strategy RPG game with controls that are tiles, which could be interesting to play, you know. We'll have to see. Battle Princess of Arcadias, which is... okay, it's an action RPG from what it says down here. I did not play it. Battle Worlds Chronos, did not play it. It's an RTS, real-time strategy game. Battlefield 4, FPS, I did not play it. But it's Battlefield, so it's kind of available in a lot of places. And now that Electronic Arts is... thanks to the Electronic Arts Plus, so... That's Electronic Arts Plus, right? The new name from Origin, I forgot. Anyway, now that there's that, I'm sure it's going to pop up eventually on Xbox Game Pass or stuff like that, by the way, if it's not already there. Battlefield Hardline, which is also an action game, I guess FPS action. I never played it. By the way, to be honest, I didn't go beyond A, so now I'm probably going to say I didn't play it on all of them, but anyway. Bellator MMA Onslaught, a fighting game. Never played it. Ben 10. Probably an action or a platformer. Never played it. Bentley's Hack Pack, which I didn't realize is part of the Sly Cooper universe. I didn't know. Apparently it's multiple mini games. So far, not within the list that they offer, which is kind of crazy because that is a Sony game. Beyond Two Souls, I did play it, I never did a video as a game preview. It seems fun. I think that having such a star, Elliot Page, in the game makes the game really good. And it's part, I think, on PlayStation Plus. I think as that the Asian market did have it within their list, if I remember properly. Big Sky Infinity, apparently a shooter. Don't know much more than this. I didn't play it. Bionic Commando Rearmed 2, which is a Capcom game. I never played it. It seems to be like an action game. Yeah, it's a side-scrolling action game. Bionic Commando Rearmed. Never played it either. Action game. Bioshock 2 Remastered. I did play Bioshock 2, the original, a long time ago. It's not, as far as I'm aware, it's not as good as the first one from what I understood, because it's more like an action-oriented game than a story-oriented game, I think. But who knows? I'm not sure. I need to check that out. Bioshock Infinite, the complete edition. Never... I know I did play it on PlayStation 3 a long time ago, but I never did a video about it. It's a FPS / RPG kind of game, when you think about it. Kind of like Fallout and all those kind of stuff. Although Fallout is it's not a FPS because you're really like, your characters is from far away. Bioshock Remastered. This one was really cool when I played it a long time ago on Xbox 360, but I never did a game preview of it. All of those, Bioshock, Bioshock 2, Bioshock Infinite, I have them on NVIDIA GeForce, so I can do a game preview anytime. Runner 2, Beat Trip presents Runner 2 Future Legend of Rhythm Alien. I think I tried it a long time ago, but it's like a rhythm platformer game. But I never did a game preview or anything about it. Blind Axe Sword, I don't have a clue about what it is. It's a game from Suda51. It's interested me quite a lot to try eventually. Apparently it's a platform adventure game. Black Mirror. Black Mirror is probably an action game as far as it looks like. It seems interesting to play, so one day I may play it. Unfortunately, I never played it. Bladestorm Nightmare. Bladestorm Nightmare, I have no clue about what it is, so I cannot tell you more about it. It seems to be, I don't know, probably kind of like similar to all those Warriors games that's done by Koei Tecmo. Bladestorm, The 100 Years War, same thing, I don't know much about it. Blasphemous. Blasphemous is available on Amazon Luna and all those stuff, so I'm gonna do it eventually over there because it looks pretty cool. I like the style here. It's a hack and slash game, and I heard some interesting things about it. Okay, Blaze Blue Calamity Trigger. It's a fighting game. I didn't have the opportunity to play it, but it's available on a bunch of cloud gaming systems, so I'm probably gonna play it one of these days. Blaze Blue Central Fiction, fighting game, same thing. Okay, no, okay, it didn't die. Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasma, once again, a fighting game from the Blaze Blue franchise. Eventually, I really need to play Blaze Blue, at least one of them. Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasma Extend. Fighting game, I didn't play it. Blaze Blue Continuum Shift Extend. Fighting game, I didn't play it. Blaze Rush, I did not play it. It seems to be a racing game with a survival style. Kind of like, not Wipeout, but kind of like, what's the other name? That was a famous game at the time. The one where you're just in an arena and fight against each other in racing cars. I forgot what the name of that is. Anyway, Blood Bowl 2. Never played this. Apparently it's a football game, but with kind of like characters from Warhammer, kind of. Okay, whatever. Blood Knights. No clue about what it is, never played it. Seems like an adventure game. Body Count, no clue about what it is. Seems like an arcade game from Electronic Arts. Bokusaka Wars 2, never played this either. Don't know much about it. Bolt, coming from the movie Bolt from Disney. Probably an action game, never played it. Bombing Busters. No clue about what it is either, probably something similar to a Bomberman game, I assume. Borderlands, I never played it as a game preview, but I did play it on Xbox 360. It's a fun game, it's really a fun game. I just found it really funny and yet still not easy game, but more like FPS-y in a sort. And this Borderlands the Handsome Collection, so thanks to that you have actually the pre-sequel and Borderlands 2 added. I'm not sure, but I think that PS Plus will definitely have Borderlands 3 if I remember properly. I'm not I think it has all the Borderlands game, to be honest. I think if I remember properly, it was in there. Bound, which is actually a VR game. If I remember, this one was part of a PlayStation Plus collection that was in the Asian market version of the collection so far. Let's not forget for one thing, I'm complaining about the fact that not all the games are there, but I know that we're gonna add games every single month, so they will add eventually some stuff. But it would be stupid to lose all those games that are already there, right? That's why I'm kind of like disappointed if they don't have all of them. Bound by Flame, never played it. It seems to be like kind of like an RPG. Bread. So Bread, I did play it as a puzzle platformer. It's an amazing indie game. I highly recommend people to play it. Unfortunately, it's not available anywhere else so far as I'm aware. Unless you play the PC version, obviously, or you buy like a normal version. I'm talking about cloud gaming. I don't remember it being anywhere else. But it's a fun game. It's a really smart game. I highly recommend people to play it. It's really fun to play. It's a platformer with like puzzle elements. Brawlout. Probably a fighting game. Oh, it's funny, it's with the characters from Yooka-Laylee. I'm wondering if it's related. Yooka-Laylee, right? Brick Breaker seems to be more like a... what's the name of that game in the past? Arkanoid? It looks like an Arkanoid game. Bridge Constructor, the original version of Bridge Constructor. There's a lot of versions of that game now. There's Medieval, there's The Walking Dead, there's Portal. Anyway, I never played it. Brink. Never played this, but it's a FPS from Bethesda. So maybe eventually it's gonna pop up on Xbox Game Pass. I don't remember seeing it on Xbox Game Pass so far. Broforce, a game from Devolver. Knowing the name, it looks like more like I don't know, probably a Metal Slug like of game. Actually, that's one of the few that doesn't even have like a proper image on the side or anything. Anyway, Broken Age, which is available on Xbox Game Pass because Double Fine is owned by Microsoft. Didn't want to say Nintendo, Microsoft. And yeah, it's a good point and click game. I'm kind of disappointed by it. I did play it, you know, as a game a long time ago. I feel that the beginning is amazing and then the story is not as good as you feared it would be. And that's too bad because, yeah, that's too bad. Anyway, you can still play it here. I didn't do a game preview of it, but I did do a video of it for Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. Similarly, I do not have a game preview of it, but I did do a video of it, so like that I keep some of it, you know, as gameplay. Brothers is a great game. I love that game. I really love that game. I really do. It's a game where you can play with two characters and you have to use certain commands to really make sure that you can play with both of them. It's really well done and it's such an amazing tale. I felt very sad at the end. There's a lot of emotions in this game. I deeply suggest people to play it. It's available on Amazon Luna if you need to play it as well through cloud gaming. And that's it. Alright, next. Brutal. No clue. No clue. It seems to be a dungeon crawler. Bubsy! Bubsy Woody Strike Back. So Bubsy used to be very famous on Super Nintendo, SNES, Super NES, because there's a lot of a Bubsy game in it. That's platformers game. When it became 3D games, it was pretty bad. But I don't know about this one. I never tried it. Burn, zombie, burn! It seems to be very similar to that All Zombie Must Die. So I assume it's like a sequel or maybe a prequel of it. Who knows? I don't know. I never played it, unfortunately. And that was the last of P. So it's been already 36 minutes on this video, so I'm gonna stop and cut it into multiple versions. And we did A and B today. Thank you so much for watching. Let's go to the next one. Toss out. Bye.